Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Swami Vivekananda Group of Institutes, Department of Bioscience. That is the Microbiology and Biotechnology we are talking about. So, we are here for an interactive session with none other than Dr. Saurabh Maiti, who is the clinical microbiologist and the infection control head, or one of the most renowned hospital of the city, that is Ruby General Hospital. So we are glad that we are having with us Dr. Saurabh Maiti, and definitely we would like to take the opportunity to discuss about the career opportunities available for the microbiologist and the biotechnologist. So welcome to Swami Vivekananda Group of Institutes, sir.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. So sir, at the beginning the students generally ask that after completing their BSc Microbiology or Biotechnology, what are the career opportunities they can have?
Okay, so let me ask one question. We are now in graph of plastics.
Right.
Why the plastics is there?
I know idea. Yeah.
So the plastic word actually came from Greek plastikos.
Mm-hmm.
That means which can be molded into a shape.
Okay.
But what we are now seeing, the plastic is molding our future.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have more than 25% growth in population and we need more food.
Right.
Agricultural demand is there. Who will provide that?
Right.
And also there is now vegan diet because
Right.
animal lovers are there,
Mm-hmm.
so we cannot sacrifice the animals for our own benefit. So there is a concept of lab grown meat.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So who will provide this? The demand of biotechnology begins from there.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So we have to have our good workforce, good brains and good hands at the biotechnology and microbiology. So
Okay.
definitely I am looking for the students to come in this field and enrich us.
Right. So students probably you can understand that's the kind of industry side I was talking about. I was never aware about that. I used to think that the microbiologists used to work in the lab of a hospital or a diagnostic laboratory. So this is a wonderful opportunity. Like the vegan diet you are talking about, it's a top of the day actually. So everybody is going for this. So definitely there are a lot of biotechnologists probably will be required in future in this kind of field. But generally the students used to ask that in a hospital, what can be the role of a biotechnologist or a microbiologist? What are the things they are supposed to do?
Yeah, it will be difficult for a person outside the hospital, but we definitely have one member of our family to have been admitted in a hospital or have taken a healthcare advice. So if you see, when a patient gets into touch of a healthcare service, he has to undergo some investigation, some treatments. So what is the basis of that? For the treatment we need investigation. Who does that investigation? So the laboratory technologists, they do the things.
Right.
And what is the basis? Again the biotechnology and microbiology.
Okay.
Now we have the robotic based analysis. I give one drop of blood and the results are generated. So who does the test? The entire robotic system is there. And here is the biotechnology plays a very much role. Now the world is talking about personalized medicine. What is that? We have our genes, and these genes are some introns and extrons.
Right.
We have to decode their language. What I am going to be in future. So they will be telling our future. The biotechnology students are going to learn this art.
Okay.
And they apply. Suppose one patient, one baby just born, is a thalassemia. I can get to know after 10 to 12 years when he had the signs and symptoms.
Right.
But at birth there is no such. Before birth there is not so much, but we can have the gene therapy,
Right.
the gene sequencing that will tell. So here is the basis of actually the role in therapy health.
Okay, that's wonderful actually. So this is a new term I have heard, that is a personalized medicine. So I got to know about this thing. So thank you so much for explaining this thing. That is a personalized medicine, and so they can be a part of the treatment mechanism
Yes.
of the patients directly through these particular models. So as we are, this biotechnology or these microbiology courses are divided generally into three parts. There is a BSc Microbiology, MSc Microbiology, and research. There is a PhD. So is there any difference in the roles they can expect after completing each? I mean, after completing MSc or PhD, is there any role difference they can expect?
Definitely, these are only stepping stones. You have to climb the ladder. So after you do the general BSc, then you specialize certain things, then MSc, and then you have to specialize further.
Right.
So this is the stepping stones, and you have to acquire skills in that.
Right.
Like in BSc, you have to be knowing all those things, basic things, and all those. In MSc, you have to apply certain things,
Right.
and in PhD, you are becoming specialist.
Right.
So you have to very cautious about what you actually have, what your key responsibility areas will be, what skills you are to acquire. So these are actually time when you get to know what skills you have.
Right.
Suppose you want to go to the laboratory, then you need to have some laboratory technicians,
Right.
laboratory technology courses, and these things. And most importantly, you can do a lot of experiments in your lab. But if that is not communicated to the society, then it is of no use.
Right.
So the communication skill is another thing which the students can stress upon.
Right.
And definitely the research area, the world is moving so fast. In the last COVID period, what we see, earlier the drug approval take longer time.
Right.
The vaccine development, it takes long time.
Right.
But in this COVID pandemic period, what is done extremely fast.
Fast. Right.
Yeah. So that is the thing. We are going towards the next generation computing. Actually,
Right.
the next generation sequencing is also coming. So we have to be knowledgeable about these things,
Right.
and choose our career very precisely.
Precisely. Wisely. Okay. Generally, if you can tell our students, I mean, generally, if in the hospital, what is the career path that they can expect? Like if they're joining as a junior microbiologist in a hospital, so over the years, if they're increasing their skill set and increasing their degree, how they can move in the organizational hierarchy?
They can have be hired as a lab scientist and can give his or her suggestion to improve the lab functioning.
Okay.
Having new technologies, adapting to them,
Right.
or inventing.
Okay.
Okay, and there is also another scope, that is research area.
Right.
The healthcare research is very much actually area that is attractive to other countries, but in India, I do not know. There has been somewhat neglect in that, but definitely the government of India and other sectors are coming up. So.
Right.
This will be a hotspot area actually in the coming days, the
Right.
healthcare research.
Right.
So they will have the future in there.
Right. So thank you so much for sir for explaining in details. That's definitely all the students who are watching this video probably came to know that the healthcare research is going to be one of the hottest career option in future. So you should be ready with the kind of skills that sir was talking about, so that you must be ready for the industry. So my last question to you, sir, other than the hospital, as you have talked about that the vegan food and those industries, so they can get jobs or career opportunities. So does the pharmaceutical industry also, hire microbiologists for some of their roles?
Definitely, as I was telling about the vaccine. So the pharmaceuticals will be hiring those things, and also another area is coming, that is the monoclonal antibodies.
Okay.
So what is that? We take the genetic portion of one organism and give it to the another to multiply it, and from there we transfer the synthesis of proteins, and that gives to the monoclonal antibody, which is very precise. Like in COVID, we had many monoclonal antibodies. So that are actually growing areas of pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
So definitely, we are just talking these terms
Right.
sitting over here. But if I can go at least 1 or 2 years after,
Right.
then I think this will be just, we are talking like infants.
So thank you so much for sir for explaining in details. That's definitely all the students who are watching this video probably came to know that the healthcare research is going to be one of the hottest career option in future. So you should be ready with the kind of skills that sir was talking about, so that you must be ready for the industry. So my last question to you, sir, other than the hospital, as you have talked about that the vegan food and those industries, so they can get jobs or career opportunities. So does the pharmaceutical industry also, hire microbiologists for some of their roles?
Definitely, as I was telling about the vaccine. So the pharmaceuticals will be hiring those things, And also another area is coming, that is the monoclonal antibodies.
Okay.
So what is that? We take the genetic portion of one organism and give it to the another to multiply it, and from there we transfer the synthesis of proteins, and that gives to the monoclonal antibody, which is very precise. Like in COVID, we had many monoclonal antibodies. So that are actually growing areas of pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
So definitely, we are just talking these terms sitting over here. But if I can go at least 1 or 2 years after, then I think this will be just, we are talking like infants.
So this is also in the pharmaceutical industry also there can be a good career opportunities for this microbiologist or the biotechnologist. So that's the thing. So as we, after having discussion with sir, so we have came to know there are a lot of opportunities. So like from the personalized medicine to the vegan food production, to this vaccine development, to the monoclonal antibody. So this a lot of new terms we have learned today actually. So I hope it is very much useful for all the audiences, all the people who are watching this particular video. So thank you so much for coming to our particular this interactive session and discussing their career opportunities in microbiology and biotechnology in detail. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Sciences (SVIMS) is offering 3 years full-time honors degree in Bachelor of Business Administration (BBA) to create skilled and knowledgeable business administrators in the field of HR, marketing, finance, systems, supply chain management, etc. since 2009. SVIMS is affiliated with Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad University of Technology, formerly known as WBUT. Keeping in view of the high demand of the BBA graduates in the job market, SVIMS is producing 100 plus BBA graduates equipped with modern management tools and techniques every year. SVIMS's BBA graduates are serving most of the big corporate houses like TCS, CTS, Capgemini, Genpact, Reliance Industries, Axis Bank, IndusInd Bank, ICICI Bank, Infosys, Wipro, etc.